Gentlemen, spawning here in the lower left corner of this green, beautiful map. In this show match, this best of 7 series, he's so close to closing it out. And I just realized I gotta change the best of 7 location, but that's okay. He is playing for complexity. It is QXC.
And his opponent spawning in the top left spawn location. He's on his last life. Can he turn it around? He is SCA's JonSnow, the Red Zerg. He's picked Whirlwind, and I'm actually surprised that he took so long to pick Whirlwind. But you know what? Maybe he has something planned that he didn't want to reveal. I would actually guess probably not, but because otherwise he probably would have revealed it already. But hopefully, I really hope JonSnow can take this game because, I mean, he's played really well. He doesn't deserve to go out 4-0.
No, and the thing is too, oops, I gotta move X-Foot, sorry about that guys, a little flicker. QXC, it's not like he's been doing anything cheesy, and he's not been like catching JonSnow off guard. Take, I think, Daybreak, best example from this series. JonSnow, when he was shutting QXC's strengths down, found himself ahead. And it was, I don't know, his choice to go Broodlord Corruptor, that's fine in and of itself, but it was the choice to actively no longer make Mutalisks, to no longer shut down those drops that allowed QXC to get back into that game. So I'd hope now by Game 4, JonSnow recognizes, like, look, drops are going to be a problem. I have to take care of this, and I cannot ignore them no matter what stage of the game we're in, whether it's early or late, does not matter.
He really dealt with the drops really well. We've already harped on this quite a while in the last game, but drops are actually really pretty strong on Whirlwind as well, so I definitely hope we see him go Mutalisks, and I hope we can see JonSnow keep up the level of play that he had for the first 15 or so minutes of the last game throughout the entire game here, because I hope
JonSnow punishes this. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but like, we've got the gas before racks. We got Command Center on the low ground. I mean, that Roach push last game did a lot of damage. I think if he did it again, it could do an equally good amount of damage.
I like how QXC is dancing the supply depot.
Yeah, like, what else are you gonna do with your micro at this point? Hey, Overlord, how's it going? Maybe he's hoping eventually it'll just launch upwards when it comes out. You know, maybe hit the Overlord as it passes by. I would like to commend QXC for not having that really tacky supply depot skin. Big props. I hate that skin so much.
I like that skin, man. I mean, the people who live in those supply depots have satellite TV.
No, the people who live in those supply depots have a lot of magnets that attracted a bunch of junk to the side of their houses.
Ouch, man.
That's all it looks like to me. I mean, really,
Rifkin, it's happening. There's lings on the way.
It's a good chunk of lings.
He's gonna punish it.
And the thing too is, like, look at QXC's positioning on the high ground. He's actually not prepared to deal with this. He has his own SCV coming out to scout, but he's just barely gonna miss this.
That hurts.
He will see 2
lings moving out, but
2 isn't. Yeah, 2 isn't anything out of the ordinary whatsoever. He needs to actually get in the base, see the low drone count, and realize, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a lot to deal with. Because yes, there is a Marine. Yes, the wall will be complete, but the bunker won't have anything in it. The command center will be forced to lift.
Can he actually kill the SCV that's building the bunker? That would be pretty cool. No, I don't think he will.
Nah, it's too close to finishing.
But nothing's gonna get in, and he should be able to just. I mean, I don't like that he's going up the wall here. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, he may be able to break in.
Yeah, you can't repair supply depots that aren't finished.
Yeah, he's losing too much here, though. He's only killed 1 worker. I'd like to see him just focus on the 2 workers that are down there.
And it's funny because the only thing in that bunker, of course, are the SCVs. It's actually not a threat at all. Most useless bunker. But oh, he ditched the Marine! Oh no, wasn't watching the ramp.
Yeah. But JonSnow's doing pretty well here. He hasn't invested all that much at all, and he's just droning heavily behind us. And he's denying mining down here for a while.
Hold position.
We'll be able to clean this up.
Yeah, without speed, these lings actually could be... He's going to be chased down the field entirely. Realizes does split the lings up a little bit. Try and save himself. Yeah, I mean...
there's no speed on the way. This is actually... He's going up to 4 gases really fast here. Jesus, that's really fast 4 gas.
I don't even know what build he's going for looking at this.
Neither do I. Like, I would assume Mutalisks?
It's the only thing I can think of to get 4 gas like this early, but...
This is really weird. He's at like 33. He's at 33 workers, and like almost half of them are mining gas.
And this is gonna be a real butchering of the phrase, but I know nothing about JonSnow. Like, what is he trying to do here, Penguin?
Go home, Rifkin. You're drunk.
Well, Evolution Chamber on the way. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, what I would almost love to see out of JonSnow is just something that is so out there that maybe it catches QXC off guard. I mean, 4 gas early. He's got the Roach Warren on the way. Mutalisks or not, if he goes for some sort of strategy and a timing that QXC's just not prepared for, maybe, just maybe, it'll catch him off guard enough to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, we have a Roachborn on the way now, so I'm actually really interested to see what he's going to do here. He could go for some kind of wonky Roach Bane timing, maybe, but this... I mean, he's going to have a lot of gas saved up, so he could go Roaches into Mutalisks like the last game, but... I'm still a little surprised that he went for such early 4 gas. Let's look at what QXC's doing, though. He's gonna go mech drop.
He's elevating Hellions up here.
Rifkin, it's a Nidus all in!
That's great, but hang on, Penguin. He's Hellion a lot of his... he's elevated a lot of Hellions. I don't know, Hellion invaders. Up here into the main, and these drones are pulling, but 4 Hellions is just one-shotting all these workers. Queens are trying to defend as best they can, but the Nidus has been scouted at this point. QXC knows what's up. And the thing about Whirlwind is it's got a lot of dead space you can really take advantage of unless your opponent's looking for it.
But, I mean, the jig's up. He's going to have to go for a Nidus in the front of his opponent's base. This could still work, because QXC's going mech, which means he's not going to have all that many units out. He's going to have, like, a bunch of Hellions, and he's going to have, like, a tank. Maybe 2.
The really important thing, too, is JonSnow had that Overseer wanting and waiting to get into the base here by QXC immediately throwing down the supply depot upon scouting the Nidus. Will not be caught off guard by any means. But there's that forward one, but the positioning, just bad luck as the Hellions moving out of the base.
Yeah, he's gonna put one at the 3rd, I think. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah,
but that delays it even more, and that's gonna allow a second tank to get out. It's gonna allow these bunkers to finish. And this is going to be really, really tough to make work. So I feel a little sad for JonSnow that this got scouted so easily. But we'll see what happens.
If he had just managed to shut down that drop, man, before anything major happened. We got Queens coming out with this as well. Of course, these are to soak. Well, the Queens are to soak a lot of this damage, but also they can transfuse spam everything. But the SVs are already pulled, and I don't know that there's enough DPS here.
We'll have to see here. He doesn't have any mines out. There are 2 tanks. That's the big problem. But if he can get in close and focus on the tanks, this could be okay.
Well, the Queens...
Not 3 Hellions.
The Queens almost have to be on the front lines for this. They're going to soak all of that damage for the Roaches to move in, but they're so slow. And Zerg does not want a slow push.
Here we go. No, he's engaging in the show.
Nidus coming down in the side. I love this. Oh, Penguin, if you just pull back.
He's losing too much. He's losing too much. He needs to pull back now.
But to draw the focus, if you can just get up there, Queens are coming through. QXC sees it, but a little too late. The Nidus completes. Roaches are coming out, and drones, or actually SCVs, are trying to focus this down, and they're actually going to kill the Nidus. This is going to be quite precarious. Only 2 queens, or 1 queen only gets out. Will try and defend against this Banshee, but 1 queen does not fight a Banshee. But he could push into the main while this is going on. Oh, but he just doesn't have enough forces.
He only has a few roaches there, and this is so all in that this has to work. He's cut drones, he's just continuing to make nothing but roaches. He's on like 30 workers, and he's going to try to focus down a tank here. I don't think he has enough units, though.
No, the spam repair on it. A little too much. And QXC, I mean, the front is holding with 1 Marauder in this bunker, 1 tank, and 1 Banshee. He's holding the front lines, the best defense ever. And JonSnow, with some really creative tactics, just being shut down entirely. I don't know. This was really cool, and I love the way he tried to distract, but you're right. He may have just lost too much with that initial push. Getting into the main, 100% the goal of that attack, but just not enough. I think if a second queen come out, a couple other units popped out, I don't know. The SCVs, though, did shut that down very nicely.
He killed 30 workers, but even that's not enough. He's behind. So, I mean, I understand that he doesn't want to leave, because he's not 100% dead. He could still win by like some miracle. It is not impossible. I have seen crazier things happen. So it's understandable that he wants to stay in the game a little longer, but against a mech Terran being behind in macro, against somebody who's going to be on 4 CCs soon,
you know, actually, right now, if we actually had him go for like a follow-up to this with Roach drops, Penguin, I think that would work not too poorly. There's almost no anti-air on the field. There's like 3 Marines in QXC's army composition and no Widow Mines.
The problem is that he doesn't have the economy, though, because that's 300 more gas.
Yeah. Okay, Hellbat's coming down.
Hellbat drop coming in.
And there's nothing here to defend it.
Yeah, he's been droning so hard, he doesn't really have any units. He's going to pull back the Roaches that survived and try to deal with this. But this is more denied mining time. This is... I mean, every little tiny thing is helping QXC phenomenally. He has 3 CCs in production.
Oh, there's some awkward stutter on that medevac. I thought I was almost lagging the way it was start moving. But I like this too. JonSnow, I want to point out, he is pulling these workers immediately. Of course, Hellbats, they're very dangerous, but they're also very slow. All workers can outrun them. So as long as you see it coming, you pull. It's like oracles. They're so deadly, but you can just outrun them with your workers.
Yeah. I think we're seeing him go into really, really fast hive off like 50 workers. He needs the Vipers out as soon as possible to make this composition work. He's going to go into Hydras as well. But I mean, the biggest thing here is that he's playing from behind against a Mech Terran. I said that already once, but I cannot reiterate enough how bad that is.
It's such an important focal point, because the reality is, QXC now on 3 bases, I mean, he's matching JonSnow base for base. The economy is always going to be in his favor because of those mules. I mean, temporarily, JonSnow looks like it's a bit better, but that's just because there's no mules being dropped.
And this base hasn't been saturated yet. He's transferring a few SCVs over now, and oh man, I'm sad. I'm sad for JonSnow.
Well, the consolation is this is a show match with an awkward prize pool. They're playing $30 first place, $20 second place. So, yeah, both players will walk away with something in their pocket. They're effectively battling out for $10, which I don't think is a bad thing, but it's also a really weird thing.
Yeah. Very, very true.
So JonSnow, I mean, yeah, his time has been worth it. He's got some good practice. I'm not trying to count him out and talk about like this is over, but he's fighting an uphill battle. There's no question about it.
And here come a bunch of Hellbats. They're going to try to make this an even more uphill battle, but the Roaches respond in time.
Oh, but he's going to melee range with the Roaches. I don't know.
He loses 2 Roaches. I mean, oh god, we have the Banshees coming into the main. Actually, he's got good Spore Crawler defense here. So, oh, he's going to lose the Raven. That's pretty... Oh, no, point defense drone.
But does get soaked up pretty quickly. Raven still falls. Banshee will go down as well.
Nope, the boss mode Banshee survives for now, but it will go down, you're right. Hero Queen coming in to save the day. No! God, that Banshee is stubborn.
But a 4th base has been established for QXC. He's got so many CCs and orbitals. I mean, right now, he's just looking so good. And JonSnow, what's he got? He's got a lot of Roaches clumping up at home, doing what they can now. A Greater Spire, going for a Broodlord composition against an opponent who doesn't have any Vikings on the field and no Marines. An amazing choice. Sorry, he does have some Vikings, but there's very low count. He'll be able to actually push with this, but QXC, I feel he'll have enough money to actually macro up while he's under attack.
JonSnow's in this position now where he needs to get like a super ultra awesome 200 army and just go and try to kill QXC before he can reinforce his army, because that's the weakness of Mech, of course. It takes forever to reinforce his army. I would have kind of liked to see him just like pour all of his gas into mutas, because just once again he's going hell that tank.
These poor queens.
Run! Run! They're pretty fast on creep.
Well, QXC pushing with what looks like an unstoppable force. The Greater Spire is just now completed. There are Corruptors on the field, but he's got to buy time somehow, some way. But the Roaches...
23 Roaches against 20 tanks.
He's waiting for these Broodlords. He's waiting to engage, and I don't think that's the right choice, because he's losing everything at the cost of it. If he had a Nidus at his third, actually he could bring all those Roaches home safely, but not the case. In fact, going to lose everything here in the main. Tanks just shelling away at this natural. He's going to lose 2 bases here.
Yeah, this is very grim. I mean, the Broodlords may be able to clean up this one army because there's no anti-air, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough.
The Cleansing Fire.
He actually saves the hive, which is pretty big. And it looks like he'll save this main hat. No, he's focusing it down.
But look at the production. Now we got Thors, we got Vikings. These Broodlords, you know, the surprise factor, that element is not there.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that he has to go now. Except if he goes now, he's going to lose.
But he's also slow as hell if he goes now. I mean, he's got Queens and Broodlords as the main part of his army.
Yeah, I mean, this hurts me to watch, because I was really, really pulling for JonSnow to take a few games today. And I think he's definitely capable of it, but QXC is just unstoppable today. Yeah,
QXC's playing like a monster. Again, so
tank
little...
Harass.
Yeah, the tank run by, I guess you can call it.
It's a roll by.
No, but I really want to stress here, guys, like, I feel so little of this, maybe this last game is the only exception, has been like the poor choices of JonSnow and more like just the better play of QXC. Because, I mean, I know it's our job as casters to build these players up, but QXC's just been playing so damn good, it's hard to refer to JonSnow as anything but bad, or sorry, anything but good, because he's not playing bad. But, oh, that hive does finally go down, Penguin. Struggling to stay in this game is JonSnow, but I think it's kind of one of those things where, you know what, just go. You got no better chances.
QXC's at 6 base at this point. He's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to use this to practice my macro.
Yeah, he might as well have creep spread too, with how much map control he has. It's weird to say, but I mean, it's exactly the case. Broodlord's slowly trying to catch these things. Emphasis on slowly.
Like, the kind of game we're seeing right now, this kind of looks like one of those games where, like, you're at a booth at, like, one of those festivals, and you're playing against a pro, and it's like, if you survive 30 minutes, you'll win a mouse! So...
that is feel to be the case, but... Yeah, QXC, guys, I know we can't really talk JonSnow up out of this. This is just looking grim, and it's a matter of how long can he stay in this. There's so many Vikings to what is almost no Corruptors. I mean, whether the Thors are in their super battle mode or just regular light attacks, I don't think it really matters, because the ground-to-air forces are more than enough. If, and this is a big if, JonSnow had, say, like 50 more supply in Roaches right now, maybe he could brute force his way into this.
I think he would GG if he realized that QXC is taking his 7th, while adding on 2 more CCs at home.
Penguin, shush.
But, I mean, it's...
Drones should be pulled with this, in my opinion.
Yes, pull everything! Go, go, go! Oh god, he's losing more drones to the Hellbats.
Nidus is actually being slowly taken out. Not that it's really going to get any use for the rest of the game here.
Here comes the Viking Brigade!
And oh, just popping Corruptor after Corruptor. No chance at all for them to engage. Queen's with this. Slow march across the field. It's so disgusting watching this. Vikings coming in, just one volleying everything. Thor's also doing a ton of damage. They are in their high impact payload mode. And the Broodlords do fall, and that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen.
Your champion!
The Queens are still standing, but...
Hey man, don't count out Queens with Transfuse. They have 2-1 upgrades.
Oh, spilled a bunch of water, excellent. But GG.